Imagine you died and everything you owned, everything you had, the life that you'd lived, all experiences, loved ones, friends, family, everything was all gone. And you get to the entrance and an entity speaks. And you hear the words. If you pass now, then you can go to paradise. You can step off the ride of life and you'll live in heaven. Or you can get back on the ride and have one more go. If you went to heaven, you'll never get to go back on the ride again. Do you think you'd get back on that ride one more time? And if the answer is yes, who's to say you haven't been presented that same question an infinite number of times? That you haven't been presented the gift of getting back on the ride of life, and you've been riding round in the same circle, going round and round and round, feeling everything, all highs and lows, every moment of life, your birth, your loved ones, the birth of your child, the small moments, sitting at a bus stop in the rain, sitting on a train looking out the window as the trees pass, and you've just been going round and round because you chose this. I would choose this. If I was presented this, even with all the lows, I'd say, just give me one more ride. I want to feel that all again. And if you think of life as that way, then you realize that everything that is happening to you, everything that will happen to you, you chose to experience it, knowing the pain, knowing the joy, knowing the elation, knowing the boredom, knowing the thrills, knowing the fear and anxiety and worry. You knew it all and you decided, hey, let's do that again. That was good. And when you start to think like this, as I have, you develop this powerful sense of confidence. Not just in the way you can act in the world, not just in standing up and speaking your truth, standing up with courage in moments, acting upon your desires, pursuing your dreams. Not just that confidence, the confidence in knowing that all of this is taken care of. That I chose the pain, I chose all this, and any pain that is presented to me will swiftly pass. And it's okay. It's just part of the journey that I chose to be on. It's part of the ride. And anyway, eventually, the ride will come to an end. So all these worries that I held on to, what do they matter when the ride ends? And this idea alone has helped me build so much confidence. Today's episode is powered by Huel. Let's jump into the episode. I think you'd be good to try this. I think it would help you and give you so much confidence. Because it's not some sort of quote or exercise that you try. It's a way of being. It's an understanding that once you understand this thing, it sticks within your mind and it starts to soak into you. And you start to become more and more confident every day in every aspect of your life. So, in building confidence, the first thing you have to focus on is the things that you do control. Nothing else matters. And when you focus on the thing that you can do control, which is your character, you understand that every day is part of a journey. It's not just the day ends and starts and ends and starts. Every day is part of this journey, this character growth that you're on. And if you imagine it like a film character that is going through the trials of life, and at the start of the film, they are weak. And they start to go through difficulties. They're the loser that gets pushed down and disrespected. but then they get disrespected one too many times, and they start studying, they start going to the gym, they start going out into the world and practicing, and suddenly they start to build the character, and halfway through, they have a breakthrough, they become this new character, the alter ego, and they're more confident and more happier, and then they face new challenges, and these challenges are too hard even for their new version of them. But then they overcome these and they come out on top and they become the great hero that they were destined to be. That's why they got on the ride, because they know despite all these hits and falls, they became the hero they were destined to be. And that's the thing. This gives you a great sense of confidence, because any challenge you're presented to in life, you understand that in this moment it might be difficult, but once I get over it, I've added a new skill to my artillery. I've added a new piece of knowledge to my toolkit. This is what the philosophers like to think, that you're like a doctor practicing your skills and getting your new tools, and that you carry these tools always with you. You carry these skills always with you. So a new challenge, new difficulty, new confusion. Challenges build strength. Confusion builds wisdom, because you have to get through these things. If you were never presented any difficulty in life, any challenge in life, then you will never grow. As Epictetus said, what would Hercules be without the Hydra, the stag, and the boar, without the labours of Hercules? Hercules would have rolled over in his bed and never become the great hero. So every day is a part of building your character. And even now, this is the great thing about this understanding. If you're in a loser stage of your life and you feel like a loser, first of all, you're not a loser. I just want you to know that. But second of all, this stage that you're in where you feel like a loser is part of your growth. This is the stage where you feel like a loser, and this is the stage where you grow from being a loser. And then when you get beyond that stage, you can reflect back on that moment where you felt like a loser and draw strength from that. This was the premise of my book. This is the idea I had in my mind when I was writing it. I was thinking of the loser that I was when I was younger, the scared individual I was when I was younger, the person that was constrained by anxiety. And I wrote that book for them, and I wanted to help them. And it gave me great strength. It gave me great empathy to remember that people like this exist in the world. And it's horrible that people are still controlled by these feelings so much that they don't get to be the full version of themselves, the true version of themselves. And then when we're trying to build confidence and we want to build our confidence, we have to understand that we have to take responsibility. And this is hard, but it is great. Because you understand that you don't control the world, you don't control the externals, you don't control other people. All these factors are outside of your control. You have to take responsibility for your life. If you feel like a loser, if you feel weak, then it is your responsibility to take charge of these things, to make yourself so you're not a loser, so you're not weak. You have full control over this. There's nothing special about anyone else. All these people that you think are so great, they're so much better than you. They're just human, and everyone is bound by this. Everyone is bound by the limitations of the human body, which, we have many great things we can do, but we have many limits as well of what humans can do. But everyone is bound by this. So the things you do have, the gifts you do have, the internal world that you control, the gifts that the Stoics said were given from Zeus, everyone has the same rights to these things. It's just some people choose to use them in certain ways. But once you understand that this inner works, the things you move towards, the things you move away from, the opinions you form of things, this is your world. This is your fortress. You control it. So you don't control the external world, the opinions people make, the way the world is. You don't control that. You can have influence over it, but you don't control it. It's not yours to control. But you control your inner world. So when things happen to you, you think, how do I respond to this? Oh, I'm pitying myself. I'm doubting myself. I'm making myself feel like a loser and a victim. I stop this. Other people aren't making you doubt yourself. Other people aren't making you feel like a loser. It's you. You're taking their words, their criticism. You're taking the image of the world. You're pulling it in, and you're choosing to react a certain way. You're choosing to make yourself feel worse, to make yourself lesser than you are. You're choosing to doubt yourself. You're choosing to talk to yourself negatively. You control this and you need to take responsibility for this. This is your world. A quick word from our sponsor, Huel. I really like Huel. When I was writing my book, I was using Huel to power me through every single day. When I had my daily greens, when I had my meals, when I had my shakes, it stopped me from going to the shop, buying a load of rubbish, buying a load of unhealthy food, wasting loads of money. And these things do add up. Those quick journeys to the shop every day, the money adds up, the unhealthy foods add up, the wasted time adds up. So if I ever get those cravings, I grab a Huel and it fills my cravings. I feel good, it tastes delicious, it's quick and easy. And if you have any interest in the Huel products, then check the link in the description. Let's get back to the episode. Even if, you're not going to be a millionaire, maybe you can, maybe you're not. I'm not saying nothing's impossible. But people say, oh, I can't be a millionaire. There's no point. I'm not one of them. I wasn't born into a rich family. I'm not smart. I have this problem. You're choosing to go inwardly and talk bad to yourself. You're choosing to make yourself feel less. Maybe you can't be a millionaire. Who cares? You still don't have to make yourself feel less. Go in and say, this is the world. I control my inner works. I can choose to be good. I can choose to be present. I can choose where to put my energy. I choose who I am. I don't want to be a loser anymore. I don't want to keep complaining anymore. I don't want to keep pitying myself anymore. This is the world that I choose. When you understand this control, you have 400% grasp on this thing. This is yours to hold. It gives you a great sense of confidence. And when you stop trying to grab onto the superfluous, this world, it's like mist around you. You can't control it. It just keeps slipping through your hands. And trying to control it is an illusion. And it will catch up with you one day. It will ruin you. So then, we must stop making excuses. If things aren't the way you want them to be, you're not doing so good, you keep acting on bad habits, why make an excuse to why these things happen? If you keep acting on bad habits, make a reason rather than an excuse. Make a reason why you're going to change this thing. Make an action plan why you're going to change this thing. If you keep acting on a certain bad habit, you look for an excuse to why you keep doing this bad habit to make yourself feel better so that you don't have to fix this bad habit. But if you see every day, I keep doing this thing I don't want to do. I keep doom scrolling. Why do I keep doom scrolling? How can I combat this? If I didn't have my phone, it would be impossible for me to doom scroll. Maybe that's a good fix to get rid of my phone. Maybe that's unrealistic. Maybe I need my phone. Maybe I can limit my time with my phone. Maybe I can set restrictions on my phone. Maybe I can delete the certain apps. Maybe I can change the algorithm. That's what I did when I first downloaded TikTok to work on it. I didn't want to see all this rubbish. I wanted to see educational content so that when I open up my TikTok to post a video, I didn't want to get caught watching some random videos. I wanted to maybe see something very interesting about Stoicism that I can learn about, or just see something that I don't really care about and I'll post a video, get off the app. And I did that. First thing, I downloaded the app, looked for content about Stoicism, stayed on that, liked it, interacted with that content, told the app that this is the content I want. And when people say to me, TikTok's full of rubbish, I didn't see any rubbish. And it's the same with Instagram. So, stop making excuses. And when you combine all these things with the understanding, as the Stoics said, memento mori, the understanding that one day you will die, as Steve Jobs said, in the face of death or fear of failure and embarrassment, all of these things wash away, leaving what is truly important. When you understand that one day you will die, these things that once made you nervous are just a waste of energy. So, that is it for day 35, Stoic School, with myself, William Mulligan. I hope you learned a lot in today's video. And I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope you have a lovely day.